welcome to ERL Elite Race. Sorry, I'll start that again. ERL Gran Turismo Elite Championship. This is the main race following the earlier GT qualification race. We are in Suzuka, Japan, and it is a mixed conditions race. As you can see, we will be starting this evening's race in heavy rain. Obviously, as I say, GT race was held earlier today, which saw the top 10 progress to join the 6 pros. So we've also had a 5-minute qualifying session, again in wet conditions, and I'll quickly run you through today's starting grid. So on pole, we actually have a GT class driver, Glossboss, in pole position in the Chevrolet. P2, spotting a just married livery. Congratulations to Scott. Obviously, this race took place on Sunday. He got married on the Saturday. Some dedication to still be at the track the next day. Another GT driver in P3. We've got Panda in the Ferrari. Azriel in P4. Smiley, who's the de facto championship leader, in P5. Just Filthy in P6, and Nissan spotting a Japanese tribute livery. Wrench in P7, again, hometown car, Toyota, its hometown track with dedicated livery. P8 says it's Stevo, but it is actually MG Dunn, who again was Scott's best man at the wedding yesterday and is racing from Stevo's house today. But that is actually MG Dunn. I will have to remember that one as we go. Myself, Shippo in P9, Apex in P10, Ronnie in P11, Jay in the BMW in P12, Fishtail, who's our GT race winner last time out in Daytona, in P13, Mufasa in P14, and then we have the 2 drivers who are serving Cubans, Hasnagel in P15 and Dad Leisure in P16. So, without further ado, we will get back to the front and we'll get things underway. So you can see the rain's really hammering down. It's been a tricky race start, particularly from a grid not rolling. We're underway. Looks a good getaway from Gloss. The S8's done already, and we know how good that Ferrari's off the line. He's trying to go between the middle of the Aston and the Chevrolet, but it looks like the Aston could hold the lead. We've got somebody going off in the background. Panda runs wide, as you can see there. Rejoins. Good start by Smiley into P3. Looked like SH Dunn would be able to take the lead into turn 1, but Glossboss did really well. We have seen that here before. I remember a wet race start here, Formula 1 with Max Verstappen, where having the outside line, although you conceded ground initially, if you remember on Charles Leclerc, he took the outside line and held the lead. It looks like a similar situation with Gloss there. It's a really good start from Smiley. These are treacherous conditions. This is a really wet track. Grip up to maybe there, and Gloss is off. He rejoins. Not too much damage done because he'd had such a good start. He's going to try and hold on to P3. This is going to be a real test for these drivers. I know they've been putting in hard yards of practice this week, but this is the real thing. This is where the points are scored. Azriel's up the inside there, lovely done. Just seems to have way more grip. You'd expect there to be more grip off the racing line, but Azriel found more grip on it there. Looking at the minimap, the field is intact, which is the most important thing. Oh, that's a very well caught slide by Azriel there. You can see SD Dunn's got a penalty. So Smiley's going to have gone from P5 to P1 here on the first lap. Goes Smiley, but will SD have enough momentum to hold on to P2 here? Looks like he will. We're through the first lap. The whole field does look intact. There's one car just slightly off the back. They've generally got through okay. Oh, Gloss goes deep now, the chicane. Does such a good quali lap. He's really under pressure here. Can Filthy get this move done on the outside? Oh, Gloss is really struggling for traction. Filthy into P4. Look at the spray coming off the back of these cars. Panda trying to stick with the Nissan. Let's go back to the front here. And despite some of that penalty, SD is definitely keeping Smiley in his sights. And you've got a whole run of GT drivers from P3 down to P5 and P6 even. Into the next pro. What a start he's had though. And they got up to P7. It's an incredible start by him. Just a quick look through the field. So you've got here. Get on board and look through here. You can really, from here, you better see just how difficult these conditions are. Windscreen wipers working overtime. Yeah, so much spray from the car ahead. Adjusting braking points lap after lap, making sure you don't run into the car ahead. And you can certainly, in these circumstances, it's almost not so much about making moves, but just pure survival in these early rounds, in these early laps, I should say. See the car's working its way through. It's good that we've still got the whole pack intact though. I think it was Apex who was just off the back, but I'd imagine that's due to an incident. It's had very good pace in practice in the GT race earlier. Fishtail P15, Jimmy P14J. It was really strong in the GT race earlier. He's just behind Dad. You can see ahead here that Wrench has closed right up on Mufasa. I wonder if the weather will be a bit of a equaliser for him. I know he's been struggling in the Super since the BOP update, balance of performance. For those not familiar with it, there's a big update in the game a few weeks ago. It seems to really nerf the performance of that car. It's a shame to come there to Toyota's home race. Closed up on the back of Mufasa here. Just stick with it for a minute, see if you can get the move done. SH done. Oh, you see the time's already tumbling. That'll be, although the rain's still coming down, obviously these guys are on full wet tyres at the minute, so this will be clearing a lot of water off the track. Maybe more than the rate it's being replaced by the weather conditions. But Mufasa's holding on well. It's difficult. Mufasa's a reserve driver. His speciality is very much in F1. And whilst he would have driven in the rain on the F1 game, this, you know, is a whole lot harder. You've got nowhere near the grip and the that you do in those cars. So it was a really strong start from him. Got to remember this is MG done, not Steve as it says there. Good start by Ronnie. Oh, I'll just say that he's hanging on for dear life, but he does say that. You can see just how hard these guys are having to work. But yeah, Nago, I should say, absolutely flying through the field. He's a real specialist in these conditions. We saw that last year at Le Mans. Look ahead, how close things are now. SD Dunner's got the lead back. Go back to the front. Now Smiley's main focus looks like it's keeping Azrael behind for the moment. Go on board with the Renault driver. Rain, I thought it might be eaten by the fact that the lap times are coming down slightly, but it isn't, is it? It is just as heavy as it was. The big moment for the Porsche ahead. Can Azrael make a move? I mean, although he's in the GT class, he is an A+ rated driver, so probably just tells you all you need to know about the calibre of the field. You can see there's a bit of a gap now on the mini-map. There's definitely a car spun further back. Oh, again, there's another twitchy moment for the Porsche ahead. Looks like Panda is definitely very close behind. That's a great view there. Yeah, Panda trying to get a move done here. Panda drives on the pad. You know, there's been a few reports that maybe the pad is slightly easy in these conditions. I don't think it's anything easy. Oh, as I say that, then it manages to save a slide. And sliding again. It's Tokyo Drift. Smiley ahead seems to be able to get a bit more control back on that car now. He's having a few touchy moments before. SD Dunn still very much in sight though. Oh, again, you see those curves that are absolutely lethal. Working overtime here on the wheel. For those guys that are racing on the wheel, imagine there'll be some sore arms tonight, particularly for those that have done the earlier GT race. But they've survived the first 4 laps. There's a couple of gaps in the field now, but there's nobody miles off, which is nice to see. It's getting close again at the front. There's not much separating any of these guys really. You can see how difficult it is to get the power down. Rear really sliding. Nagel's progress is just still a little bit now he's got here, but he's very close. I have a great view from his perspective. Oh, just avoiding the back of Gloss there. You can see these 4 cars are basically bumper to bumper. Oh, Gloss is really having to fight that Corvette. And you see this so often, don't you, where Gloss is trying to get a move done on field people, trying to defend against Nagel, go through 130R, the 2 cars ahead run off, could be a penalty. Can't imagine they gain time there, but Nagel just biding his time for now. It's difficult here where you got to try and get a move done on 2 cars because of the fact that the 2 ahead of them are so close to each other. See how quick that Corvette is in a straight line. Can he get a move done ahead? And this time Filthy hangs on for now. This is a really fierce battle. Filthy hanging on to P5 again, but it's a handful. But so far I've seen he's got some incredible skill by these guys to hang on to these cars. I mean, these S's here are difficult in the dry, let alone in these conditions. They're still just looking for an opportunity to advance again. He'll be happy that the front pack isn't too far ahead. I mean, the damage could have been a lot worse starting from where he was. Do now have 1 car just off the back. I wonder if that's someone's up to pit for damage. Really seems to be the under traction, which which you'd expect with the amount of standing water we have on the track at the moment. But he's just been able to give himself a little gap here, Gloss, from Nagel behind. Okay, now turn to the attacker. A brave place to try and get a move done. I think they seem to be catching the back of Azrael as well. I know as soon as I come away from this the move will get done, but let's just double check what's happening with our leaders. That's to be done there. I don't, obviously I don't think you can ever say things are comfortable in these conditions, but it's a fairly steady lead he has, and now Smiley's had to go back to worrying about the car behind. These so often, don't we, in ERL Gran Turismo, where you go from hunter to hunted in no time at all. And they're trying to get moved on the outside. This wasn't quite the room to get it done. I think overtaking is going to be tricky, isn't it? You only really got this one main straight. We might see moves done later into 130R, depending on the exits in the corner before. The one thing with the wet is it would encourage the use of different lines through corners, which might promote some attacking and overtaking opportunities. But Oh, now Filthy's actually managed to lose. Has lost 2 positions to Gloss and Nagel here. But he hasn't fallen off. He's just off the back of him. It's steady progress here. Because Nagel, you know, if he can play his cards or get through here, could get himself into P4 and the leaders aren't out of sight by any means. That's a good one here on Asfield. And the move's done before it even gets to the braking zone with the hairpin, so nice move. Gloss has recovered well, showing really good composure for a tricky first lap. Now Nagel's trying to follow him through. This could be tricky for Asfield if he loses 2 positions here. No time. Holds on for now. Nagel trying to get the switch back. They're both struggling to get the power down. Give each other room. Super clean. Renault versus Mercedes. You see Filthy's just behind them for now, biding his time, trying to get himself back into this mix. Oh, that's all over the curve there. Somehow holds on to it and fires. So unfortunate to pick up a penalty for that. You can see he definitely didn't gain time there, but yeah, that'll be an unfortunate penalty. He won't serve it until near the end of the next lap. But yeah, Nagel asking to try and make progress but be patient at the same time. It's one wrong move and the race is out the window, but it ends up the inside. Can he get it done? Or is a little bit of argy-bargy? I think Nagel holds off there, just to let him keep the position. You don't want to get it done that way. But he realises every lap he's behind these cars, those leaders will be extending their lead slightly, but as I say, they're still in sight. Has brought Filthy now back onto the back of them. I imagine, yeah, we'll have a good view of this action ahead. Gloss is trying to pull away, get himself away. I think even more so in these conditions, the battling will be slowing cars down and letting others get away, so oh, I see his curbs are just lethal in these conditions, like black ice basically. You've still got to take a chance and use them to maximise the track limits and carry as much speed through as possible. But yeah, they close back in on Gloss ahead. Nagel trying to get this move done. So, you know, to buy his time, and he will get past Asfield here when Asfield serves his penalty. Oh, but they both indeed. They're putting all over Gloss here, surely. Just sit here, you hear the tyre squealing, the wheel working like crazy. The rain is forecast to lighten up and eventually stop by the end of the race. Purple at the minute through sector 2. Let's just get back to the front. Oh, caught that at a good moment, literally caught it. SD done, still fairly comfortable as you can be in these conditions. Again, Smiley seems to have just given himself a little bit of respite for Panda, but these three have just gone off to different leagues. What we were saying before about Nagel trying to come through, these guys are now starting to pull away. Gloss in P4, Nagel P5, Filthy P6. Asriel, a tricky couple of laps, he always had to serve that penalty, which, as I say, is harsh, but track limits are track limits, unfortunately, in this game. Steady work from Wrench, who's bringing himself up to the back of this pack. Dad in P9, Jay in P10, Pro in P11, Fishtail P12, Ronnie in P13, with Fastest coming into pits. Now is he going to Inters? putting fuel in. No, it's a damage repair. Around the road, damage repair. Apex P50. Oh, he's done P16. Difficult night so far, and that's MG done, as we know. There. Panda is still sticking with Smiley. Oh, this is going to be killer for Gloss. This will let Nagel through, and then we really need to see if Nagel can hunt down these guys ahead. But yeah, the penalties are just going to be killer. Oh, that's been a difficult corner for the Corvette of Gloss so far. Oh dear. Done well to keep that going, because the grass tonight will be even slipperier than it normally is. There's even massive puddles in the grass there. Nagel's got a penalty too. There must be absolute golden here for Filthy. It just glides by them both into P4. You see this so often from him. Just, you know, one lap pace, some of these guys might have the edge, but he's so consistent, so smart in the strategy, makes minimal mistakes, avoids contact, you know, just very, I'm going to say Prost-like in his application. I realise that makes me sound very old there. Try to think of a more modern day reference if I can. Carlos Sainz. There we go. I'm sure many of our viewers will remember Alan Prost, but yeah, let's go with Carlos Sainz-esque. But yeah, just by keeping it clean, has got himself back into P4 here. Nagel definitely on that position back. He'll still fancy his chances here of catching those guys at the front. The pace is showing. Bad leisure though, so set the fastest lap. Okay, I think this track must be improving now. He's a second up. Oh, trying to get his move done. Going to be hard to get done on the outside. Filthy leaves the room though. Type of race you just love to see. They're trying to get the switch back again, just struggling to get the power down. I have to try and get this done on the outside of the hairpin. Oh dear. Don't know if that was contact, don't know whether Filthy just dipped a wheel in the grass. Oh, it's cost him dearly. It just looked like hard racing. I just don't know whether there was contact or whether it was just dipping a wheel into the grass. It'd be interesting to know. Again, Dad coming from the back of the grid, got himself into a nice P8 for now. Field has started to spread. I don't know if that's because people started to pit. I don't know if it's gone over into conditions yet. But yeah, we have got a definite field spread now. Yeah, field is really spread out. Back at the front though, SD Dunn still leads. Smiley is closer definitely than the last time we were with these two. And look at that previous fastest lap from Smiley, it's 2:16. Is this the time? You can see some of the guys are coming in now. Is it the crossover to Inters? Be interested to see what these guys do. Toys Pickler goes to work. We won't see yet at this stage what's been put on. Still plenty of others staying out, so again, as we seem to see most weeks, we're going to see a real mix of strategies here. At play. Plenty of cars ahead there that have stayed out. Oh, wanting a little detour there. Turn 1, it seems to be turn 1 is catching a lot of people out, as you expect. You approach it fast, it's off camber, and just corner just wants to go away from you. That's just pitted, but that must have been a track limits on the pit exit that's cost him badly there. How's Filthy's recovery going? Really well. It's purple, and he's just got himself onto the back, but these times are flying down now. And the fastest is doing a 2:12. Oh, God, it's lost his turn this time to have a moment. although the conditions might be easing, the grip levels are still low, as you can see. The guy's probably suffering from some worn tyres about now as well. So Filthy, despite that previous incident, still sat here in P5 in a good position. Nagel's trying to hunt down the cars ahead. And he really is closing on Panda, who subsequently has fallen off the back of the front too. Oh, crikey. That was some save. Oh, SD Dunn is off the track at the chicane. Gonna let Smiley through, isn't it? Yes, it is. Again, as the lap times are coming down, you can see the guys now trying to cool their tyres. This track is definitely drying out. It's certainly drying out on the racing line, hence why you can see the guys there going off the racing line. Panda's into the pits. The other drivers here at the front are opting to stay out. Look at Nagel though, he has brought himself right back into this. By this time he's probably getting a bit frustrated, but now he's got clear air, he's really shown his true pace. So Panda's out the pits. And you're just seeing that, yeah, that racing line is definitely starting to dry, isn't it? But now you can see the rain is coming back again. Oh, this is dramatic. I wonder if any of those guys have just pitted and put soft tyres on. If they have, they just got another spread of rain on its way. I would suggest by how much Panda's struggling, that's what he's gone on to. Such inconsistent weather today. And although the guys have known the weather forecast, the way the weather works in this game is influenced by the wind, which you see at the minute. There's a 4.4 mile an hour wind in a northeast direction. Now, when we did some practices, it might have been a 6 mile wind in a southwest direction. That will all influence the rain, and sometimes the rain will miss the track. They take into account not just the weather at the track itself, but the surrounding areas. So sometimes the rain misses the track completely, which we saw in the GT class. So although the conditions have been made aware to the drivers, they know the forecast, there's still going to be variance in that. So no matter how many hours of practice they've done, every race will be different slightly. Nagel's pace here in these crossover conditions, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's interesting, we see a lot of guys, I think at this point, if you haven't gone in, they're committing to extend because you missed your window. But you see how they're having to really try and cool the tyres now on that wet line before moving back over to the racing line. That comfortable lead that SD had is another comfortable lead that Smiley's had. You see that, you can really see another big batch of rain seems like it's arrived. I'm just seeing how much Nagel's closing in, but Filthy now has come from P4, Goss P5, Asfield P6, Joe P7, Super P8. Where's Panda now? Fishtail 9, Ron in 10. And Panda's obviously gone to dries and really struggling now. I'm going to have to just hope that rain is only brief. Just have a quick look down the field. Field's really spread now. After that initially we've seen a mixture, haven't we, of strategies and pit stops, tyre changes. But yeah, it looks comfortable right now for Smiley. Nagel's now got himself into P2. I'm sorry we missed that, but yeah, it was a really solid race yesterday. It seems to become very tricky as we've got into the more crossover conditions. The next question is, can he hunt down Smiley? We shall see. The mini map, we haven't got a huge amount of battles at the moment. Yeah, field's fairly spread. Yeah, so I think for now we stick with There goes Suzuka smiling. Let's join him for it. Yeah, I can see. I think that you get with Gran Turismo, maybe in comparison to the F1 game, is you see how the tracks just drying completely different rates. You know, different parts of the track are wetter and drier. The grip levels will be changing all the time. That's not just width rays across the track, different sections of the track. We've got another batch of rain just there. They're just light showers, but every one of those will be hurting anyone that's gone early onto the soft tyres. But yeah, he's trying all his might here to hunt Smiley down. You've got the reigning champion versus the Rainmaster. It's an interesting battle for sure. But SD's steadied himself now. He's hanging on to these guys. Just seeing, again, how much the guys having to move across the track, the drivers have to just find those wet patches. And imagine now, oh look at SD, they're really struggling to get the power down. I think these tyres are going to be, obviously they're 13 laps old, they're going to be worn, and as the track's dried, they'll wear more quickly. They are designed really for full wet conditions. I think in an ideal world here, you'd be in the inters, but Charlie's probably weighing up, do I go to the inters and then go to the dries, or do I just try and ride this out, cut myself a pit stop, go to dry tyres? I mean, the gap field spread is huge now, so there'd be plenty of opportunity to get into free air if they did want to go to the inters to the dry, but will they make that time back up would be the question. Yeah, right now, looking at the minimap, I think this is our only real battle on track. Now, currently a two-way battle. Will it become three if they can eat their way back up to Smiley, race leader? Again, desperately trying to cool those tyres. And when these guys do go to the dry tyres, they're going to have to be immaculate. Anyone who watched any of practice today for the Formula 1 would have seen as there's one dry line, and you just had to be, where you see drivers at their best really, where they've just got to be train track like and absolutely cannot come off that racing line. Always got to feel like you're racing at Monaco, you know, where anytime you come off that bit, you're going to be in a wall. As you go dry tyres, get them on the wet, you will be really struggling. But yeah, they're maybe not making the inroads and Smiley would expect. It's become probably more now just trying to maintain his gap behind. But yeah, I'd say at this period, if they could, they'd be on the inters, but they're probably just looking to extend now and go direct to the dry tyres. Filthy slowly closing on these guys. It looked like, just visually at least. Kloss is P5. There's a couple of guys you can just see are just in little bits of no man's land really. I just feel a bit weird commenting on myself. So, but in all fairness, is the only one of the only real battles we have at the minute until at least Neil gets to Smile in the battle for the front. Fishtail's recovered well after some difficulties. I think some of these guys have obviously missed the pit stop basically by going straight on, and with that saving themselves in that 30-40 second time loss would have really would have helped. But yeah, we'll get back to the front in just a moment, because it looks like it's closing up for sure. fishtail here as well in the bumper of the Renault. It's going to be, as this track dries out, how committed are you through 130R? It's going to get faster and faster through there, but each lap you do, the grip levels are going to be slightly different, aren't they? I'd say so far from everything we've seen that the standard of racing has been absolutely excellent, considering how difficult the conditions are. It looks like it'll be moved on. That's the one I can hold on. It's moved on. He's on. That 208 earlier is absolutely flying now. Imagine if that was on fresh tyres. Looks to me visually. No, but let's just have a quick look. Filthy SD. Yeah, Filthy's threatening the slightly quicker time, so he's closing in. Looks fairly comfortable at the minute. Just winding we thought that earlier with SD, didn't we? So I don't think you ever can feel truly comfortable in these conditions. But we're past the halfway point. It's going to come down, isn't it, to the timing of those pit stops and who gets the crossover right. A quick look who this is at turn 1. It's like, this looks a tight old battle. That's actually MG done, as we know. Guys ended up a little bit of cut adrift at the minute. It's good to see that everyone's still sticking with it. Oh dear, Panda and Dad are in P14 and 15. These are your two GT class, main title contenders. I could only think that they got that earlier pit stop wrong and about to try and make up for it. And Panda has just gone purple in the first sector. That'd be a real surprise. These guys are just in at the front. There's obviously a mistake for Smiley. Oh, he's off again. Because Nagel has literally gone from last to first. Well, back row, he's won from last, wasn't he? But P15 to P1. That's an incredible position to find himself in. We just saw Smiley off the track. I don't know fully what happened there. So watching the two GT class championship leaders battle, we missed the overall championship leader go off the track. People are starting to box now. There's another little batch of rain. God, it'd be tricky to know what to do here exactly. Looks like that literally just came and went though, so I don't think it had much impact on the track conditions. Greasy and slippery though. But yeah, what a position Nagel's got himself into here. That's a sizable lead as well. Look, oh my word, Smiley's on the ground. Oh, he somehow clings onto it. We caught to him there as he was sideways on the grass, but somehow saved that. That could have been really bad. Oh my goodness, Panda's just done a 206. So this is definitely crossed over now. Imagine we're going to see everybody dart into the pits this lap. So SD, I presume, yeah, he has. He's pitted. He's obviously trying to get the undercut on these guys. Oh, every time you think it's time to go over, another little light shower comes. I just keep thinking that surely we're there now, but they are in. They're in at the front. Similar fuels. What's this Filthy do? He's going on. Goss goes on another lap. Through goes Azrael, does he? Yeah, Goss is pitted. Not as dramatic an overtake as I thought it might be. Azrael's decided to go on. Nagel's coming out on mediums. You can see the pit lane is soaking wet, and you're on slick tyres. Can he? Yeah, oh my word, have they gone too early? And that's one of the big issues is you come out of here straight onto the wet. And the keeps it fishtail. And all every Nesty done now. Fantastic move, he gets both of them. He get himself back into P3. I was gonna say, is it a net P2? But he's all over Nagel. Oh, there's contact there for sure. Oh, Nagel's got himself from last to first. Now he's back in fifth. You saw as he came out the pits with wet, and there seemed to be a bit of contact going for the Estes there. This race suddenly come alive at the time of the pit stops. Two Porsches here. Bumper to bumper. Looks like now that Fishtail is really quick. Asfield goes on at the front. I imagine he's stopping soon, but who knows? Smiley seems to just ease the way here slightly. It was certainly a tricky outlap for the guys as they crossed over. Probably gone. Well, it's only gone too early, but it's obviously still tricky enough conditions. Yeah, he's definitely pulling away now, as you can see visually. Azure does some here. Did he pit in? Steve's back in. Oh, he went on the inters, that's why he was so quick at that stage. That makes sense. Looking at lap times, I just think maybe that's just gone on a bit longer, but it might be that more cautious approach is the way to go. You can see now SD's coming out of the pit lane. He'll have gone straight to giving himself a fair chunk to do here. Be interested to see what he can do from there. He will have the fresher tyres and he won't have killed them by spinning on the outlap. Well, I shouldn't say it too soon, but be interested to see how that plays out. Yeah, so Nagel's managed to recover himself. I'd suspect Fishtail's on inters. The track's massively improving now, as you can see. It's right. Oh, Fishtail all sideways through there. The car's just flying through. Yeah, the field seems to have compressed slightly again. It's certainly not bumper to bumper, is it? But seeing the different strategies play out, I'd imagine Azrael will be in this lap. Yeah, because look, Swan is now really closing in on him. He's got so much more drive out that corner. So I head back into P1. But yeah, this has not been an easy night. Well, it hasn't been an easy night for anybody, but we've seen multiple changes now for the race lead. Oh, Azrael's, yeah, really far off the track there. He's gonna, I'd imagine he'll be pitting this lap. Oh. Oh, for goodness sake goes today. Yeah, you have to say he's gone on lap 2, but it's so hard to judge. As you say, those guys have been doing practice races. You can never be quite sure he's done the right thing. Oh, except Fishtail's also struggling here. So what's Nagel's gap to... Oh, Smiley's comfortable now. Yeah, those guys you can see we're on inters. They've cooked. The Sean, I would say. Got a right ding dong back here, haven't we? Oh no, it's with blue. Yeah, car behind him, the blue flag. Been to see what Alweski Dunn can do here. Our early race leader is now back in P5. Purple through sector 1. It's got to be so careful, just on the outside curb, it's absolutely lethal. You see that when the guys hit the curbs, it's still spraying up a bit wet. Ooh, that's a bit of a moment there in the background. Yeah, it's a full dry line now. This is widening, so whilst the guys will still have to be accurate, a little bit more wiggle room now. I'd have to say that right now Spider's in the prime seat. But in theory, he pitted last, so SD should have the best tyres because it gets on to the end. Imagine Smiley's out of reach, but I'm interested to see what the lap time comparison is. We'll soon find out. Fantastic camera shot this is, isn't it? You can see Smiley's just going to the 203s. SD in the 205s. Really good lap from Gloss as well, also in the 203s. So yeah, as you can see, the minute the field's quite spread. Yeah, don't think we've got any of the battles at the minute, so it's really interesting how this plays out. So a really quick lap from Gloss. Jay's in it. Jay's done well to it. His Inter's last as long as he has. And you think the issues that we've seen some of the guys having with them as they've dried out, as the track's dried out, I should say. Don't worry, there won't be Inters that they're putting back on it, it's just the way the cinematics work on this game. So Panda's on his recovery drive. See what he can do. Only in P8, he'll be happy with that at the minute. Again, Azrael's going to be on super fresh tyres, so I'd imagine he's going to be quick in this latter stage. He's one of the latest to pit out. It's a really difficult in lap. You just think if he could have maybe hit one lap earlier, what would have been possible for him here, but he's still in a very good position. SD's past Gloss. Past Gloss comfortably, so I only think Gloss had an issue there. That's a decent recovery to get back into P4. I know he'd want to be fighting for this race win after leading so much of the early stages. You've got to say it's a decent recovery. Oh, what's happened to Smiley? Oh my word, the race leader is having real difficulty to get back on the track as well. Couldn't see him, could we, from the previous camera view? So just when you think it's race over, oh my word, he's nearly gone again. And now he's got Filthy all over him in the Nissan behind. It's gone from comfortable race win to now trying to cling on to P2. Oh my word, you can see he's clipped the curb there and how lethal that curb is. Well, that's move done, is it not? It is. Filthy's into P2. Incredible. Saw Filthy have his own moment earlier, didn't we, just at the hairpin. He's now into P2 position. Blue flags are being waved. And Smiley went for so comfortable there, he was having an issue at turn 1, that was having a bit of an issue getting back on, and then the lethal curbs. Can he come back at Filthy now? And Nagel looks plain sailing here. we've said this so many times, I can't remember a race, certainly not this season, where we've had so many changes for the lead. And Gloss somewhere in lap 1, SH, Smiley, Asriel, Nagel, Filthy, and so many different leaders. You know, well over, you know, a third of the field has led the race. It's just incredible. And sometimes people wonder why we have to throw in a mixed conditions racing. Well, you know what? It guarantees drama. Nagel's in. Oh, look at the fuel. Must have short fuel on the previous stop. Just put Filthy into the lead. We're yet to have a GT class driver win an overall race. This will be the first time if he can pull this off, but not going to be easy now. Smiley's recovered himself. Puts SD Dunn back onto the podium places in P3. Where's Nagel come back out? Oof, my word. A handful out the pits. Back in P5. He's going to have... interesting. Gloss is in view, isn't he? And again, Nagel's going to have the advantage now. We're still not on a fully dry track, but much dry track, and he'll have ultra fresh tyres on both fuels, so he's going to be quick. Oh, no moment for SD Dunn there. But this is it now. I'd say this is the race. Well, it is the battle for the win, isn't it? Tell you what though, SD Dunn isn't that far away. Oh, Smiley has another moment. You see this learns, he has prodigious pace, but is always right on the edge to attain that pace. More often than not, you know, it's so consistent. When he can't get the race win, he's almost always on the podium, but you can see that pace comes from pushing right to the limit. Filthy has extended the lead, obviously due to the little errors there. And this is what we say about Filthy week in, week out. So consistent. You know, it's minimal errors. He's always hot on the strategy. Smiley is off again. And who's followed him? SD's followed him straight in, hasn't he? He has. Oh my word. Through goes Gospos. Smiley went off and SD followed him straight through. Every time SD seems to recover, he seems to end up in a difficult position. Now Nagel trying to get done around the outside of 130R. And the move is done. So Nagel is back into P4. He had the momentum, but it's still a brave move in these conditions. Oh, SD Dunn. Oh dear, what a terrible lap this has been for him. After doing such a great recovery drive. He's unfortunately now down in P5. Nails in P4. Lost in 3. There's a yellow flag. But we have 5 laps to go. So I have to count. That's what I have to do when I'm racing, trying to work out the fuel. 5 laps to go. Filthy now has a really commanding lead. Now, this is the key. We've praised him so much for his consistency, but if he can stay consistent, this win is there for taking now for him. So I have to negotiate some blue flags in a minute. Just hope that doesn't play any part in anything at all. Oh, it's going to be so careful. You can see again now on that exit curve, there's still water on those, so they're absolutely lethal. I panicked then when I heard that big squeak. Steve Dunn's going to be so frustrated. And P5 overall is an excellent result, but from where he's been and where he's recovered from, I think I get the feeling he'll be disappointed. Let's just have a quick flip through and we'll get back to the front. Look at the weather conditions, how much are changing now. Asfield P6. Hammersmith to P7. Renault in P8. J in P9. God, it's going to be damage limitation for Dad, but his main rival, Panda, is only a few places ahead, but his 2 other rivals, the outside drivers in the championship, are currently P1 and 3. So this could make it a 4-horse race again in the GT category for sure. MG Dunn and Apex nose to tail. Platinum for P11, P12. Ronnie, who looked so strong earlier on, and Fishtail as well. He was having a really good race at a point earlier. P14. Wrench, you'll want to forget this one, as will Toyota at the home race. P15. That's a P16. But 4 laps to go. We talk about home races, obviously it's home race from this time as well. And look at Filthy's got in a commanding position here. And the track conditions are getting, I'm not going to say easy, but they're getting easier. Still got to be careful of the curbs. You can see the curbs are still wet. But what a position he's in here. We'll get straight back to him. Now, somebody might have to go from thinking about the race win to defending from Gloss. Gloss is definitely closing in. The Corvette. Yeah, I mean, who knows what could happen now? It could be the GT class 1-2. I just think that would be unthinkable, really, wouldn't it? But just so much the gap is closing. So I have another moment on the exit of that curb. You can see the curbs are still absolutely lethal. It's not 2 cars battling behind, it's unfortunately went a lap down. Filthy, if anything, is just extending here. Surely now the gap's going to be too big. The battle's more is who's going to be on the second step of the podium. Can Nagel have anything to say about it? And sorry, it's the guys lower down the field we haven't been able to show as much, but we've had so many changes for the race lead. It's been incredible. Just trying to work out, so we've had all the top 6 there have led the race, you know, and that hasn't just been, yes, Azrael stayed out a bit longer, but all the other ones have been legit net positions. So 5 different net race leaders, 6 overall. There's some going. But even Azrael stayed out last year, I think the gaps had been so big that it wouldn't have got you the lead. Whereas now the field's so compressed it does. But we are 3 laps to go. We're definitely able to get back to Filthy. That's how I get to that last lap. Just intrigued to see if Gus can do anything about Smiley. And as I say, this result, if it stays like this, is going to bring him and Filthy right back into the GT mix, make that very much a 4-way race for the title. I think, I might be wrong, but I've got a feeling that his 3 contenders are missing the Watkins Glen race. So, you know, just for pure consistency, can bring himself right into this, and no end of talents as well. And you've got to see as well, I think what I like about this drive from Gloss is it's showing real composure. You know, you're on pole position leading the race. You have a couple of moments, it's so easy to think, oh, what could have been, and let everything go to pot. But what's done is done, and he has put that to one side, done an excellent recovery drive. He's going to have to just make sure he stays error-free himself here, because Nagel's going to be quick in these last stages, and he won't want to lose the podium place. He'll want to gain the P2 if he can, but yeah, you can see now visually Nagel is closer. And just looking there as well, for all the talk about car dominance and Mercedes cheater car, you know, unless I'm wrong, I think that's 8 different manufacturers in the top 8. So great to see the variety. I think it's also the fact that we've had such a mixed conditions, it's really mixed things up this evening. Yeah, this is some battle. Still a bit of a gap between them. As we get to this last lap, we'll give Filthy his moment if it stays that way anyway. Smiley seems to have settled. Oh no, sorry Smiley, that's commentator's curse. The curbs, isn't it? They're lethal. I think if you take a wide berth for them, you just cost yourself so much more time. So I think it's weighing up what's costing me more, the odd moment here or there off the curbs, or how much I'd lose completely avoiding them. Yeah, it's just some battle for the podium places here. Oh, that outside curb there is just lethal. It's like black ice. Oh, Nagel. Nearly corrected, looking on the way around. Oh, he was getting so close to Gloss. I think really could have finished anywhere from second to fourth there, but I think it will be fourth now with that mistake. I think it's just going to be too much to do. There's obviously potential that Gloss still could get Smiley. But as a great Murray Walker once said, catching is one thing, passing is very much another. Can you get a good run now? We know that the Corvette is quick on the straight. I know this isn't technically a straight, but this is really, other than the main one, as close as we get to one. Full commitment through 130R. Or I thought about the send, but it would have had to been a hell of a send, wouldn't it? We will definitely get to Filthy's moment, don't you worry. Oh, but I think they looked like a bit of a squirrel on the exit. Was the last thing he needed. It's by no means the last overtaking place, but I think there was really, if you could have got a good exit out of the chicane, it might have been the opportunity. But we've seen it's still so easy to make a mistake here. Still pushing like mad, if he does, he's got to. If he doesn't push like mad, Gloucester's going to nab this P2 off him. It seems lucky showing great pace. He is in the blue flag conditions. I'd imagine he'd be sensible enough to not try and disrupt Gloss here. But as I think as he comes out of Spring, we'll get to Filthy. I just want to see if there's any possibility here of Gloss nicking this P2. What's that? Yeah. Spin, but here we go. What an incredible drive this has been, barring any late mistakes, but this track is now pretty much fully dry. Just supreme. There's the great saying, what all those around there lose their heads, he is kept his. And that's no slight to the drivers. These conditions have been as hard as it gets in Gran Turismo. But this man has risen above it all. And we're the first to admit early in the week that practice was nowhere. It just shows what hard work, dedication and application bring to you. He'd be very deserving of this win. I know it'd be an incredibly popular one with his fellow drivers. Maybe not the other guys in the top 6 who have all led this race tonight. But certainly throughout the yards here, this will be a popular race winner. The first GT driver to win as an overall race. And it is Filthy that takes the win for Nissan in their home race as well. Super close to P2, but Smiley hangs on. Gloss in P3. Nagel's going to come through for P4. SD Dunn, our early race leader, is going to take P5. Superb drive from Asriel this evening. I think bar that in lap could have potentially been up there fighting with these guys. It looks like he's going to take a comfortable P6. Such as the strength of the GT class now, it's going to be only third in the GT class and he finished in the top 6. But he comes through to take the flag. A solid 6th place. Panda is going to be happy-ish, I think. He wanted more with the pace he showed in the GT race earlier. Joe just said, oh my word, Jay's found on the last corner. The Panda takes P7. Jay's going to hold on to P8. Okay, and Renault's got his wipers on. What an idiot. He's going to come through for P9. Running on fumes by the looks of it, and just enough fuel to get to the line. MG Dunn, oh, he must have just taken that last minute. I think Dad might also run out of fuel like Shipper did. Oh no, and I think MG Dunn's run out of line too, of fuel too. Oh my god, just hangs on. Apex is going to come through. It's been a difficult night for him in P12. See, Fishtown P13 was really strong earlier, but Again, I think tricky in lap has been costly. Wrench and Rufus have already taken the flag a lap down. Oh my goodness, Ronnie holding on for dear life. And he will take the last place in P14. What a race that was. But fully deserving race winner. Congratulations to Filthy, really well deserved. Congratulations to the whole field really for seeing that through and driving in some incredibly difficult conditions. But it's Gloss in step 3, Smiley P2, Filthy P1. It was a very dramatic race. We are on break week this coming weekend for the August bank holiday. We'll be back for Monza a week on Sunday. And then that will take us into our last 3 races: Monza, Watkins Glen, and the 3 hours of Nürburgring as our season finale. We look forward to catching you next week from Monza. Thank you for joining. Good evening.